And this bridge here is almost scratch built. It's not finished yet. I still have to put the track in and the piers to support it. So,
if you can engineer,
but I'm not sure I'm going to have this section here anymore.
Well, that's the thing.
I've sort of put off finishing this thing right now.
If you knew that that was one of the sections you were going to be able to cut for the modules, well, you're going to cut the roadbed anyway. So.
Well, see, if you look carefully at this, all these bench work is all bolted together.
Okay, so it is modular.
But what I have to cut is all of this stuff.
Top deck.
So, like right here is a major joint, but I'll have to cut through the track and stuff there to.
Not
And
impossible.
hopefully I'm going to be able to move this whole section out this window.
Yeah.
Just go straight out. So I'm going to have to cut this. There's also it's bolted here, so I'm going to be able to cut this here and just move it right on out. I hope. So. And then once I get that section out, the rest is pretty easy.
The wood ties, are they hand laid or are they one of the fast tracks?
I'm sorry?
The wood ties.
Oh, yeah.
Are they the fast tracks laser cut or are they hand laid?
I have fast tracks exclusively on this layout,
Okay.
with one exception, and that's this area right here is flex track. But everything else is fast tracked.
Okay.
And all my turnouts are built using fast tracks. All the track is laid using fast tracks. I'm not sure when I rebuild this thing that I'm going to use fast tracks.
Okay.
Not because I don't think highly of it, because I do. But I'm 71 years old, and I can't afford to take the time to build this stuff by hand anymore. Because I want to finish this thing and run trains.
Yeah,
So-
see, that's the.
So what I'm going to do is build all the turnouts that I'm going to need with fast tracks, and then use flex track for the straightaway and curves and stuff, and
Yeah.
that'll work. It'll be a lot faster that way.
But it would also still help the geometry that you're hand laying the turnout so you can still get them to fit where you need them to be.
Yeah. All my turnouts and stuff will be fast tracks, so, crossings and things like that. I can make a turnout now in about 45 minutes.
That's fantastic.
Fast track.
Okay. Dare I ask, how many turnouts has it taken you to get to that?
Actually, not many. Back in 2004, when Fast Tracks was just getting started, my 12-year-old son built the turnout in 45 minutes at the 2004 narrow gauge convention, having never soldered before in his life.
Wow. Okay.
I taught my grandson, who's now 12, I taught him 2 years ago when he was 10 how to build a turnout. It took him about an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
But, I mean, once you built 3 of them,
You've been reasonably down with it.
yeah, it's like snowshoes.
Yeah.
You have 2 categories, novice and expert. After you take 3 steps, you become an expert.
Got it covered.
Controls for your turnouts. And this one here is right here is the 3-way.
Yeah.
And so right now it's set to go straight. If you push this button, it automatically changes to go off to the right track. If you push this one, it goes off to the left track. And then it goes back to the center.
How did you do the lines for the
Oh, I
panels?
did it on PowerPoint.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I printed this out on some photographic paper. And then I put plastic over it, drilled the holes and put plastic. But all the lettering and stuff there is in PowerPoint.
Okay.
And you'll see when you get to Seth Newman's this afternoon, this is where I got the idea from.
Okay.
And he helped me set this thing up. But here, these now, I just got toggle switches for, you can see it turns on the lights. And, so, and then this one here works basically this crossover here.
Okay.
And now you see the difference between the push buttons and the toggle switches. And all the push buttons are for main line, toggle switches are for branch line.
Nice. So CTC kind of style and ground throw kind of.
Because all these I'm going to control by my computer when I get to my dispatch system set up.
Okay.
And then see this one here works this turnout. No, it doesn't. Works this turnout. And this one over here works this one. This one works this one. And it changes the light so you know which direction the cars are going. And then the same thing over here. Works all these. Now the tricky one is this double flip switch. This is a little tricky to operate, but all these push buttons are for the main line. That works the double flip switch. And then this one will work turns over here. This one right here.
So you have the tortoise motors that go slow?
Yeah, they're tortoise, and then this one here is another three-way. So right now it's set to go straight, but then over here it changes to go to the left, and then this one here will change it to go to the right. So that's cool. There's some tricky electronics in there, but these double slip switches are fast track, and they're complicated.
That looks tricky to make. I don't know if I would try that.
Well, it's actually
Not yet.
it's actually not that bad. It's just if you follow the instructions carefully, it's actually pretty easy. It's time consuming though because there's a lot of parts to it. And the trickiest thing on building the slip switch is the points here. You have to cut these things
Right.
here.
You have to
You
isolate
cut them
them.
here. So you basically have two throw rods.
Uh-huh.
And the problem is these things here slip out real easy, and they're very difficult to put back in. So they can.
That's where the hinges are then.
Huh?
Where the hinges, they have to hinge.
Well, there's no hinges. Well, they hinge on actually a rail joiner that's cut in half. Well, I've got one over here that's not painted. One of the biggest problems is that tunnel.
Yeah.
I have
Too long, and do things get lost in there?
I have had derailments in there, and it's impossible to clean the track.
Yeah.
But what I did, anticipating obviously that I was going to have derailments in there and stuff, this whole scenery section comes out in one piece. Good.
But how do you get over there to pay?
Well, that's getting over there.
Hire some kid to climb up there.
$64
And
million
also putting
question.
it back. It's not easy.
Great idea.
It's a tunnel behind
You can salvage whatever goes
So
wrong
that's the tunnel.
there. It's just not easy.
It goes around, back.
So there was some thought of access to it.
Yeah. I know. I got
Some
access to it, but it's and this was the makings of a town. So
You got enough buildings there to get
these are plastic buildings.
See, I recognize this. This is a design preservation model.
UBTX or
Yeah.
something like that.
Because I have some of those in Winston.
Yeah. And I actually bought those just to sort of see how this thing could work out. But then I actually kind of liked them, But
Yeah, they're nice.
this here is a George Celios kit. Well, this is another one that Charlie Getz built for me. That's a Bar Mills kit. And that one there. This is a George Celios kit. I think that's not Hooligan Valley, but Dexter's Dead End. Or Skinner, no, that's Skinner's Road.
This very much looks like a George Celios.
Yeah.
With the funny angles.
Yeah. And this friend of mine, Earl Gaborvan, he's an excellent builder. He's almost as good, maybe even better than Charlie Getz. But he's really good. And he's a really good friend of mine. And so he built that one. He's building Dexter's Dead End, and he's going to build Hooligan Valley for me. So I'll have all three of those on the layout somewhere.
Nice.
And he's built a couple other things for me too, but he's really a good builder.
I'm sorry, who built this one over here again?
Huh? Oh, Charlie Getz built that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And this one I scratch built that bridge.
That's beautiful.
Well,
All the wires.
it was not easy.
Yeah, I can
It
imagine.
took a long. It wasn't difficult, but it took a long time to build. And
Well,
yeah,
yeah, board
I
by
still have
board.
I have more
Sure.
painting to do on it and staining and stuff. But it was the hardest part was assembling these two pieces here. Because you have, if you look carefully in here, there are spacers across here
Right.
that hold them together. And the same thing under here. You got all these spacers, and you had to cut all those spacers by hand. It took a long time to do that.
I can imagine.
I thought I never was going to finish that. Just getting that. But once I got these pieces done, you know, these 4 pieces, the rest was easy. You know, it just went together really well. And then all my locomotives, I run with a DCC system, and they all have sound.
Everybody wake up already.
Yeah, it's like you turn everything on, it gets real noisy in here. So, but they all have sound, and I'm nervous about running because I'm not sure where I have track that's going to have young instruction. And without going through the whole thing, I'm just crossing this thing that I built by hand. In fact, this whole thing I built by hand using fast track.